Okay, so I've tried just about every single way to go out there and get new higher ticket clients, right? And I see so many people on a weekly basis doing the things that I used to be doing. They'll be sending cold email, they'll be creating content, they'll be relying on referrals and sending huge amounts of DMs every single day to their ICP in the hope that they would then sign them up as a client. And I even speak to clients to this day, and they're all across different platforms. They're running Google ads, they're running Meta ads, they're doing cold calling, they're sending cold email, they're on LinkedIn, and it's just a fucking mess. It's a complete disjointed mess. So today, what I want to show you is just a really simple system for you to go out there and start getting new high ticket clients right away. And this isn't a system that you're gonna have to buy. It isn't a system that's gonna take you years to set up and get working. This is a system that we've literally helped beginners use to go and start booking calls on their diary and closing high ticket deals. Now, I'm going to assume that most of you are serious about making money. If I came to you and I asked you, what is your dream? What is your goal? You're going to tell me you're trying to build a multi-million-dollar business per year. That's the sort of people that, these videos are really for. I'm not creating these videos for those of you that are like trying to make 10K a month to just go out there and buy watches and rent Lamborghinis and stuff like that. I'm speaking to the real entrepreneurs, the people that are actually building businesses and have a long-term vision for that. And my question to you is, if that's you, why the hell would you not invest in your marketing? Why are you stuck trying to figure out these old, outdated, slow manual processes like cold email, like sending messages on LinkedIn, like sending DMs, like cold calling, like waiting for referrals? Why are you doing this? Why are you not treating your business like an actual business and actually investing into it so that you can actually see some level of growth? And you have to ask yourself that question, because it's a big, big problem that I see. I speak to so many people and they're like, oh, I don't want to run any paid ads. I'm scared to run paid ads. Even the word paid ads right now is probably making you feel weird in your skin and you want to click off this video. But you have to understand that every single successful business that I've ever run, and every single successful business that I work with, and every other business that's working right now that you see online, all of your favorite people that you watch on YouTube, they're all there because they're running paid ads. And as soon as you can break out this mindset shift of thinking that you have to go and do these manual, slow processes and the old way of going out there and getting new clients, and you can actually just run paid ads as long as you've got the right systems in place, which I'm about to go over, it becomes so easy. And I just wish you could understand that and see that firsthand. And hopefully as you watch more of my content, you will, and you'll start to actually go and do this and see results, just like hundreds of our clients have seen and we've seen ourselves, right? Now, like I said, we actually helped a beginner do this. And I don't normally sign beginners. I actually wanted to refund this guy when he first signed up. I was like, this is a bad idea, we shouldn't take him on. We've got to change his limiting beliefs around ads. Not only that, we then got to teach him how to sell. We've got to teach him how to build the offer. We've got to actually set this system up for him and hope that you can actually go out there and close. And this kid, he's literally a kid, he's like 18. He came to us with the most open mind ever. He knew that we was going to run paid ads. He let us do our thing. He let us set up these systems. And against my will of actually wanting to work with him, sorry if you're watching this video, we've been able to schedule 10, 15 appointments into his diary every single week with a very limited amount of ad spend. And the reason we've been able to do that is because of these 5 steps. We've broken it down into this simple framework that doesn't need overcomplicating. And even for people that are more advanced and really making money per month, we've got clients that have tried everything else. They're making money already, 50 to 80K per month. They've used this system and they previously couldn't get ads to work, but they've used this system and now they're booking calls and they're signing clients with paid ads with a really profitable cost per acquisition. So let's dig into those exact steps together. Now, first off, the offer needs to be good. If you want to go out there and get new high ticket clients, firstly, you have to have a high ticket offer that's actually decent. To be honest, we've taken just about every offer and made it work with paid ads, whether it be home services, financial, agency, coaching, you name it, it can work. And the reality is all you have to do with your offer is just keeping it simple, right? Keep it simple to understand. Don't have like 3 or 4 different upsells and downsells. Just have one core offer and speak to one type of person. I've said this 100 times in this channel already. I don't need to go through it again. Now, the thing about high ticket is this entire process relies on this. It relies on maths, right? And if you're charging high ticket, you then have the budget to go and invest in paid ads. Now, the reason why paid ads don't work for a lot of people is because they're charging like 2 or 3K. So when it costs them 2K to go out there and acquire a client, then they're screwed because, well, it's just not profitable, right? But if your offer is high ticket enough so that it's like 10K, right? 10, 15K, and some of you will be watching this thinking, oh, I can't sell something for 10, 15K. You can, trust me. Then when it comes to running ads, spending 2K to acquire a 10K client is so much better. Like, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to worry. Landing clients is just a game of math, right? And this is what a lot of people don't understand. They have an overcomplicated offer. They don't understand the maths behind their offer. It's just a fucking pure volume game of them trying to send as many DMs and emails as possible. When in reality, if you have the maths and the economics on your side, putting money into ads just means if I spend 2K to make 10K, how can I go and spend 20K this month to make 100K? This is literally it. This is as simple as it needs to be. I don't care how you try to overcomplicate that. That is all it is. And it's all reliant on these next few steps, right? And the next step of this, once you've got your offer, it's simple, the economics work. The next step is just getting this funnel right. And the funnel itself is so fucking simple. So many people are like, oh, should I do a webinar? Should I do a book a call funnel? Should I do a funnel where they DM me on Instagram and copy what all these other guys are doing? You don't have to do any of that stuff. You do not have to do any of that stuff. You literally need an opt-in to a VSL, to some form of qualification, spelt that wrong, to a calendar, to a thank you page. You don't need a website. You don't need a ton of case studies. You don't need a ton of copy on this page. This is a headline and a button. This is a headline, a VSL, and a button, because you're talking about your case studies in this VSL. This is a type form. This is a go high level page with the calendar on it and maybe a headline saying you qualify, booking for your appointment. And this is a thank you page that then has a video of you kind of pre-framing what's going to happen on this call to next steps, make sure you confirm your appointment, that kind of thing. But this is as simple as it needs to be. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month across our clients' accounts through this exact funnel. And this funnel is what books us appointments. This is what gets us high ticket clients. And yeah, look, you can go and set up a webinar funnel. We've got clients that run webinars and it's great, but it depends on your offer and it depends on what you're trying to do. But 9 times out of 10, this is the only funnel you need. Now, you would have seen in other videos, we are starting to test some low ticket offers that go into this book a call funnel, and we're getting some really good results with this. So I'm going to make some more videos about that. So if you're not already, subscribe to the channel and prepare for those, because I'm going to be dropping a couple of videos every single week for you guys and just sharing what's working with us, with our clients, and kind of the results that we're seeing. But the next step in this process is then just the ads, right? And if your offer's good and you're clear on who you're helping and it's simple and you know the funnel steps that you're sending people to, then all you need to do is you just need to create ads that are right for your avatar client, 60-second to 90-second ads of you exposing their pain, talking briefly about your process, the results you've got for people, and then the CTA. And you just go and create 5 hooks per ad, 3 bodies. That leaves you with 15 ads that you can then go and test. And again, this is the same formula that we follow for us. It's the same formula that we follow for our clients. You can go on my ad library right now, look at the ads that I'm running. They're so simple. It's me saying a hook, talking to our ICP, and then explaining the results that we've gotten for our clients, the process briefly, super high level, and then introducing kind of the next step. So call to action for us is, we know we want people to go and watch this VSL. So I tell them to go and watch the free training that we put together, showing them exactly how this works and how we've been able to do this. And just this part alone, this is all we need to go and book calls. We don't need a crazy big website. We don't need a big following on Instagram or a big following on YouTube. This channel for me supports my paid ads. It doesn't really bring me in a ton of business anymore because I'm just not prioritizing it. I'm prioritizing the paid ads because this is the easy way to go out there and get high ticket clients. We've had clients that have paid us 50 grand cold from paid ads after 2 or 3 calls. So the fact that you're sat there still looking at cold email and you're still trying to get your head around what platforms to be on, just stop. Just use this. This is the easiest structure. I can promise you that. There's no gain in me trying to convince you. This is literally it. You can go and do this yourself. You don't have to buy anything from me. Just go and try it, okay? And then the next step from here is, once you've got all of this running, you've got everything moving, you're just going to take a sales call. And this sales call, if you've kept your offer simple, the economics are right, you should only really be talking to really qualified people here because you've got your qualification step in place and they're pre-framed because they've gone through your thank you page, they've watched your VSL that you put together, the ads are congruent with the funnel itself, it all makes sense, it's really simple. This is the easiest part. You're just booking in appointments. It is not hard to book in appointments. The next step is the hardest part, which is closing them. But booking in appointments should be something that you can do with your eyes closed. It doesn't take hours a week managing ads. It doesn't take tens of hours of you optimizing the funnel and changing headlines and that kind of thing. It is as simple as getting something live, getting the data coming through, and then looking at where the bottlenecks are. For you, you should really be aiming to book at least 10 calls per week. Because when you can get 10 calls booked in per week, and on the back end, you've got the systems like an AI that reaches out, you've got email automations that fire to people, you've got SMS going, you've got this nurturing system on the back end inside of your sales system, then you get people to show up to your call, you get a 60% show rate, you then start to close them, you then close 20% of those people if your offer is simple enough and you've got enough time in the game to understand how to actually sell these people, which should then leave you, if you're booking 10 calls per week, right? And you're getting 6 people to show up and you're closing 20% of those, that's 1.2 clients. So let's just say 1 client per week that's now paying you 10K. So you've now got a 40K per month business with the most basic ass funnel and the most basic ass system ever. There is no excuse. A good offer, simple, with the right economics, to a really basic funnel, opt-in VSL qualification, book a call, thank you page, basic ads, talking about their pain, talking about your process, talking about the results you've got people, and a call to action, telling them to go to the next step. And then booking in a call, making sure you've got AI systems on the back end that's engaging with every lead, your speed to leads like next to nothing, you've got email automations firing, you've got SMS going out, reminding people about the call, and then you have a proper closing process where you're actually listening to people on the call and you're making sure they're a good fit because you're very specific with who you're working with and you're qualifying the right people. And then you pitch them your high ticket offer that really actually fucking helps them and actually gets them to that next point that they want to get to and solves their pain point. And you're closing at a consistent 20%, it's so easy. That's it. All we have to do is reverse engineer from here. If we say, okay, well, I know that I'm closing at 20%, but I want to get to 100K per month. Well, in order to do that, we need 10 clients. And if we're closing at 20%, that means that we need 50 calls booked in or 50 shown calls. So show rate 60%, let's just say it's 100 calls. All right, so we need 100 calls at a 50% show rate at a 20% close rate to make 100K. Well, to do that, it's costing us $200 with the ads to book in a call. So we're spending 20K on the ads this month. We're making 100K in revenue, and our cost per acquisition is $2,000. So for every $2,000 you now go out there and spend across this system, you are making $10,000 in revenue. And that is the game, okay? Don't let anyone else fool you. Don't let anyone else try to sell you this dream of sending cold emails or cold calling or doing this crazy short form content way of getting clients. This is the easiest way, and this is the way that everyone else is out there getting clients right now. You just don't know it, okay? You just haven't digged in deep enough yet. And I'm telling you this because this is so frustrating for me to see, because I suffered for 2 years thinking that this wasn't the case. And I was sat there doing everything that you're doing right now. And the reality is, this is all that it takes. So look, I'm gonna be posting a lot more about this over the next few months. My main goal for you is to help you get more high ticket clients with paid advertising, because it is by far the most simple way to go out there and do it. So stop overcomplicating it. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. We also have a link in the description if you want to work with us. You know the drill. You have to be making 25K a month. So for some of you, it's going to be a good fit. For most of you though, it's probably not. Oh yeah, and if you want to watch another video that's going to help you, go and check this one out right here.